there are times in your life where you have to do a self-inventory. And, very recently, I had someone tell me, oh, well, you're a little bit too abrasive, you're a little bit too rough and have a hot temper. I said, thank you. And the reason why I said that was because it had nothing to do with having a big arrogant attitude. It's just that it's very ironic because the person who said that didn't know my past. Didn't know about the fact that I was a very introverted and shy person who barely stood up for myself, let alone express myself. So for someone to turn around and tell me this all these years later, I actually find it laughable. Yes, I am very outspoken. And there are times where I do say the wrong things at the wrong time, but that's fewer and far between than before, trust me. And when I do have a temper about something, it's something for the good. It's usually in defense of something that I see that is wrong. It's not that I'm going around just like a heat-seeking missile looking to pick a fight. Nothing like that at all. And that's another thing. I learned how to fight. Yes, I don't pick fights, but I damn sure ain't gonna run away from one. So that's part of my inventory. So yeah, one thing that I learned when I was very small, there were plenty of days I would come home from school upset or sad because I got picked on. And my mother would always tell me, ignore them, ignore them. A lot of them are jealous of your situation, or a lot of them just don't understand, or they just weren't taught. Ignore them, ignore them, ignore them. And it used to get on my nerves because I'm like, lady, you're telling me to ignore them, but you're not telling me how to fight. See, that was the one missing skill that I wasn't taught to do, was how to fight someone on their level. And I'm not talking about just picking up sticks and bricks and beating up somebody physically. I'm just saying standing your ground and defending yourself. And it took me many, many years to learn how to do that. As a matter of fact, there's some people in my family that actually think that I'm still that scary little person who will sit there and just take abuse and abuse and abuse and abuse. But what I've learned how to do, the biggest weapon that you could use against someone who is attacking you is to withdraw your energy. So I understand what my mother said by ignoring somebody. When you don't give somebody that attention and time that they're looking to get from you, it tears them down. It really does. There are some people in this world that confrontation is all they know. So when someone flies in your face and you fly back, it's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing battle back and forth because that's the world that they came from. They came from conflict. They were born out of conflict, and conflict is what rules them. So they live for the fight all the time. They don't have an ounce of peace in their life. And you can't take that approach with every single person because you don't know what kind of background they have. But once you do find out that these are the type of people who like to fight all the time, the best way to defeat people like that, who are always confrontational, is not to engage at all and totally ignore them. They can't comprehend that because they never had it. They were always used to mixing it up with somebody all the time. And when they come across a real one like you that doesn't give them the time or the attention, believe me, it dumbfounds them. It depresses them. They don't understand why. And for some people, especially, there might be some that are used to having attention and the spotlight on them all the time. The minute that you don't give them that, they're confused and they're depressed and don't know what to do with themselves because they're used to getting that type of behavior. And once you choose not to give it to them, they don't know what to do. And in both of these cases, these people will come out and try to make you seem like you're such a villain. You're mean. You're being evil. No, I'm sick of your shit. Don't care what they even talk about your shit. And I just want to move on with my life. I'm going to let you do you. But I'm not going to be a party to it, and I'm not going to feed into it. It's below my level right now. And this goes back to setting boundaries. People are finally beginning to realize that the battle that we're having out here is not a physical one, it's a spiritual one. People are finally getting the memo. Thank God for that. Why do you think all these spiritualist channels and motivational channels are getting so much attention? You've got people that probably struggled with these channels for years, and within the past several years, all of a sudden they've gone up to hundreds of thousands of followers, some of them millions of followers. Why? Because people are beginning to realize that the battle that we're fighting on this earth has nothing to do with governments and groups and money and materialism. It's about spirits that are existing in this world that have to be defeated. They're beginning to get it. And a couple of those spirits that are very dominant right now, of course, is narcissism. This is the person that's got to have control and attention all the time. The folks around them, they are getting tired of it. And you realize the best way that you can deal with a narcissist, and you can visit all the channels that talk about it because it's a buzzword. Every single person who speaks on it will tell you that a narcissist cannot stand to be ignored. Don't acknowledge one. Don't pay them any attention. Withdraw your energy. Defeat it. That demon can't stand that. These people who are argumentative and combative, and for those of you who don't know what that's about, I have a video about these type of people. These people that they're always picking fights and engaged in fights and don't have any peace. The best way to deal with them is to peacefully ignore them. Take your energy away. Don't engage in nothing. Don't be privy to nothing. Don't listen to nothing. Just nothing. Zero. Nothing. They can't stand that. They can't comprehend that. And these are the two biggest forces that are causing confusion in this earth right now. Self-centered people and people who do nothing but create confusion and chaos. And those of us that are tired of it, it's like, I ain't going to give you an ounce of my energy. I'm just going to leave your ass alone. Let you destroy yourself. And that's the way it is, people. I'm going to keep this a short one. But I just wanted to kind of just shed a little light on that. So if somebody comes to you and say, oh, well, you're being difficult, you're being mean, blah, 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 blah. They ain't nothing but names, people. They ain't nothing but names. And think about the reason why they're criticizing you all of a sudden. They ain't had nothing to say before. But the minute that you don't give them what they want, okay? Just like a child having a tantrum in the store when mama won't buy them what's on the shelf. Then all of a sudden they want to come out and call your name, say. Gotta be careful with that. So with that being said, I bid peace to you.